Green Edge by Charlotte Sterrett. Warrandyte Australia's time to lead on climate. Australia stands at a pivotal moment. With the Albanese Labor government securing a second term in a landslide victory in May 2025, the nation has granted it a powerful mandate, not just to manage the economy, but to lead boldly on climate action. The question now is, will Labor rise to the occasion? The stakes are high. Australia is already feeling the effects of climate change: more intense bushfires, prolonged droughts, rising sea levels, and unprecedented flooding, including most recently in New South Wales. Internationally, the pressure is mounting as Australia bids to co-host COP31 with Pacific Island nations. Domestically, the electorate, especially younger voters and urban communities, are demanding more than incremental change. They want transformation. National ambition, local action. Labor's climate credentials have improved slightly since 2022. The Climate Change Act enshrined a 43% emissions reduction target by 2030 and net zero by 2050. But these targets, while a step forward, are not enough. The science is clear. We need deeper cuts and much faster. The government has promised to announce a 2035 target after receiving advice from the Climate Change Authority. The target must be ambitious, at least 80% below 2005 levels by 2035, to align with the Paris Agreement's 1.5 degrees Celsius goal. But ambition must be matched with action. The government's support for offshore wind development and renewable energy expansion is promising. Yet we need a national plan to phase out fossil fuels, especially gas, and redirect subsidies toward clean energy innovation, electrification, and green jobs. Melbourne, a climate-ready city. Melbourne, as one of Australia's most progressive and populous cities, should be a model for urban climate resilience. The federal government must work with the Victorian government and local councils too. Accelerate public transport electrification and expand bike and pedestrian infrastructure. Fund large-scale urban greening projects to combat heat islands and improve air quality. Green Line is an example that must be prioritised. Support community-led energy projects, especially in lower-income suburbs, to ensure a just transition. Melbourne's diverse communities are already leading the way through community gardens, solar cooperatives, and climate advocacy. Federal support can amplify these efforts and ensure no one is left behind. Healing the Birrarung, a symbol of reconciliation and restoration. The Birrarung, Yarra River, is more than a waterway. It is a living entity, legally recognised as such under Victorian law, and deeply sacred to the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people. Protecting and restoring the Birrarung must be a national priority, not just a local one. The Labor government should fund watershed-scale river restoration projects, including wetland regeneration and pollution control, through the transformation of how we deal with stormwater. Massively increase funding to the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung Cultural Heritage Aboriginal Corporation and Bunurong Land Council, so that Indigenous principles and actions are fully practiced in the governance of the river. Expand planning controls to cover the whole river and catchment. By investing in the health of the Birrarung, the government can demonstrate its commitment to both ecological sustainability and First Nations sovereignty. A legacy worth leaving. The Albanese government has a rare opportunity to lead Australia into a climate-safe future, and to do so with justice, courage and vision. That means listening to science, empowering communities, and acting with urgency. We don't just want promises. We want policies that protect our future, restore our rivers, and respect our First Nations peoples. We want a government that sees climate action not as a burden, but as a chance to build a fairer, cleaner, and more resilient Australia. The time for half measures is over. The time for leadership is now. This article was written by Charlotte Sterrett, former Yarra River keeper and member of Warrandyte, and advocates for a swimmable Birrarung.